Welcome back to That Handicapping Show. I'm Claire Novak, he's Tom LaMarra, and we are here today to talk about the Starlet Stakes, Grade 1, $350,000 for 2-year-old fillies going a mile and a 16th at Los Alamitos Racecourse. And the horse in here that everybody will be keeping an eye on is Take Charge Brandi, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies winner, who came back to win the Delta Princess and pretty much sewed up her 2-year-old filly Eclipse Award honors. But Hall of Fame trainer Dwayne Lucas puts her in here for a kind of solidification of that those honors. And I also just think she's a horse who's getting good at the right time, and he wants to get one more start out of her before the end of the year.
Yeah, well, he's a trainer that's not afraid to run his horses when they're ready to run. She's probably sewed up the Eclipse Award for champion 2-year-old filly, I would think, having won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies and coming back to win the Grade 3 Delta Princess. But you got to push the grade aside. What was good about that race is she did not get the early lead. She rated off for about a half mile, maybe 5/8. And then she took over and really wasn't threatened in that race. I thought some horses might come after her. There is a short stretch there, of course. And Los Alamitos, on the other hand, has I believe, a 1,000-foot stretch or something. A little bit
longer, yeah.
But speed does well at Los Alamitos, like many other tracks. So I think it's pretty cool that she's in this race on the 13th of December and liven things up. Can she be beat? Yeah, of course, they can all be beat. But you think that she cannot be beat?
I don't think she cannot be beat. I just think that she's in a very good spot here. When you look at the horses who are coming in here, you know, she has won at going more of a distance. You know, this race, the mile and a 16th, a lot of horses are coming in here off the 7 furlongs or a mile. And you do have a horse who looks like she might be able to provide some competition in Maybellene, but you know, the only time she ran at the mile and a 16th distance, which was the Chandelier, you kind of have to scratch it. She finished 11th, but she stumbled at the start and was basically eased. So she's kind of a question mark. We don't really know. But she ran at 7 furlongs last time out in the Desi Arnaz Stakes, where she was second. And the winner of that race is also in here. So I don't think she can't be beat. I just think that, you know, Lucas puts his horses, once you see this type of pattern with him, I mean, you've got to know she's training great right now. I loved the way that she ran in the Delta Princess, where she sat off the pace, like you mentioned, and nobody really came to her. It was a very game effort. And, you know, you can pick out some horses to fill out your ticket, but I'd say she's, you know, a very reasonable favorite.
Well, and really, when you're looking at year-end honors, you know, they really have nothing to gain by running her in this race.
Right, exactly.
But she obviously likes to run. There's another horse, I believe, Will Take Charge, who was kind of like this. He just kept running him, and he just kept firing. And
she's from the same family as Will Take Charge, and owned by Willis Horton, who owned Will Take Charge.
You know, you were talking about Maybellene. Maybellene drew outside of Take Charge Brandi. I don't see her clearing Take Charge Brandi to get the lead, but she is a nice filly, and you know, she can rate from just off the pace. I just think, you know, this may be a tall order. Actually, the filly that beat her last time, sprinting at Del Mar on the Polytrack Achievers Legacy, drew the inside post here. And note that 5 of the 7 fillies in this race were supplemented.
Interesting.
The owners had to pay $7,500 to enter, and they'll have to pay $7,500 to start. So really, there were only 2 horses on the original nominations list: Take Charge Brandi and Maybellene. From my perspective, I'm really intrigued by Todd Pletcher's shipping Feathered In. She did run a pretty good 4th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies at Santa Anita. She was one of those horses that was fairly close up to Take Charge Brandi. Looked like they'd swallow her up. We all know what happened. And generally, the horses who hit the board were horses who came from further off the pace. You know, the track was rather speed favoring that day. And I think Maybe under different circumstances, Feathered probably has a really good shot to be there, if not win it. Mike Smith picks up the ride. Castellano, I guess, is in Florida now.
Yep.
And is not coming in to ride. Smith is a good pickup rider here. I think she is the horse that has the best shot to beat Take Charge Brandi. What I would do in this race, if you're just playing vertical wagers, is to use Take Charge Brandi and Feathered in the first 2 spots and throw the rest of them underneath in the tries and supers.
All right, Feathered is by Indian Charlie, and she was a $300,000 OBS purchase by Eclipse Thoroughbreds. Really impressive maiden winner at Saratoga before she ran 3rd in the Frizette and 4th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. It will be an interesting race as you have both Lucas and Baffert coming back to Los Al, kind of their old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting fact that Lucas, who has accomplished so much in his career and set so many records, still at 79 has a chance to do something new, and that would be to be the first trainer to win a Grade 1 quarter horse race and a Grade 1 thoroughbred race at Los Al. So a little bit of fun rivalry between those two, who have been fun rivals throughout the years and always bring us some great horses to watch, and it should be a good race.
I think it should be. We'll see what happens, and I would imagine if Take Charge Brandi does win, it's not going to change anything that we thought was going to happen already, but it just will further solidify her spot as the best 2-year-old filly of 2014.
Votes are coming up for the Eclipse
I'm
Awards.
losing track of my years, but yes, it is 2014.
It is 2014, right. 2015 right around the corner. And Eclipse Award votes are coming up, so we'll have coverage of those at bloodhorse.com. And of course, the weekend racing kind of light this weekend, as particular for this type of year as usual. But we'll have Louisiana Champions Day, some grade stakes from Gulfstream, and we'll keep you posted on all of that as always. Thank you for watching the Handicapping Show.